The year is 1666. Young Sarah Fear's father wishes to wed her soon to widower Solomon Good. However, it appears that Sarah actually has a better relationship with Hannah Miller, daughter of the local preacher Cyrus Miller. After a brief romantic dalliance between Sarah and Hannah, the town begins experiencing some weird occurrences. Livestock dying, food rotting, people diseased, and worst of all, Cyrus Miller kills his flock during a sermon. This, of course, can only mean one thing. A witch has come to Union. And soon a hunt is upon them, and it seems to be focused entirely on Sarah and Hannah. Can they possibly reverse things and prove out who the real witch is? Have you seen the first two parts of this story? I'm guessing not, because no, they can't. This is Fear Street Part 3, 1666. So, yeah, this is basically half prequel, half wrap-up. And that is, again, the main problem with this story, unfortunately. Again, the endings are just way too drawn out, and this is worst of all. This one's a 48-minute ending sequence. I'm going to have to probably give a big spoiler at some point, but I'll try to push it back as far as I can. So, basically, as I pointed out a little bit at the end of Fear Street Part 2, Dina, the present in 1994, Dina was sort of transported back to 1666 in the body of Sarah Fear. The real Sarah Fear only appears in Reflections and a little bit towards the end before she is hung. And that's not a big spoiler. Again, that's how this whole story's been playing out. So, yeah, again, we're getting the backstory in Part 3. And we're kind of getting this whole thing, and, the kids and the teenagers in town are all meeting for, it's basically a little dalliance, a place to drink cider around the fire and dance a little bit and take some hallucinogenic berries from a sort of female hermit who lives outside of the village. And while visiting this hermit to procure the berries, Sarah finds this book with a lot of satanic imagery in it, including an incantation that she reads aloud, and that's why she thinks she's brought all this. There is a actual revelation to it later. So, and of course, as this is happening, some guy tries to hit on Hannah. Sarah intervenes, and basically Sarah has kind of this weird reputation as, she's frigid. Basically, it's like the family has not made any type of attempt to marry her off, even though she's a proper age for that to happen. It is 1666, people. After she comes to Hannah's aid, the two, like I say, have a brief romantic dalliance, and someone spots them, and in all likelihood, it's sort of the town drunk in Thomas, because he is the one who immediately starts spreading word of witchcraft and even accusing the two. So, when all this starts to happen. And basically, once Dina is transported back, you see other people playing the roles of other people in town, Sarah's brother Henry is played by Dina's brother Josh, for example. And then from there, Hannah is Sam. Young Cindy Berman is, who is she? She's one of the other Miller children, I believe. And then the older Claire is, again, also one of the Miller children. By that I mean the children whose last name are Miller. They're not Millers, as in people who run the mills. Not that type of, as in the pastor's family. And it is definitely this thing where Sarah is not allowed early on near the family, because the mother has basically detected, I know there's something going on between you two, and that can't be happening at 1666. So, yeah. And so from there, she actually does have a good relationship with Solomon Good, who's obviously the ancestor of Sheriff Good in 1994. Yeah. And when the towns begin their witch hunt, they actually do seem to, they find, I think it's a hickey on Hannah, and so she gets accused, and she's set to be hung. Sarah is doubling back to try to free her, hits on the idea of, well, you know what? If they say we dance to the devil, maybe we should just dance to the devil and save our own damn skins. And so she sets out to try to find the book again, She can't seem to find it. She actually finds the old widow dead. She rushes to Solomon Good, and when the villagers start coming towards his house, he has her hide where she finds the cellar. And this is the big spoiler here. Turns out Solomon Good is the actual witch who, has brought the devil to Union. And he's doing it for power and to solidify his family legacy. And basically, this has been passed down because the Good family are behind all of the killings. They basically summon the devil to possess someone that they name. The chant carves a symbol into the floor, and then they fill it with blood, either human or goat's blood, and then they can use that to channel the magic into the wall to carve the names of the people who are going to become the killers. And so we see that kind of pass through the generations. And from all that, it's when we get to the modern day, 1994. Yeah, it's kind of weird to say the present. So, and that leads into a whole other story where they have to undo Sheriff Good's evil. And that's kind of where I'm going to stop there. Again, overall, it's not too bad. Like I said, the 1666 parts are actually pretty good. Even though you kind of know what's going to happen, there's a lot of decent tension and drama. I think there's actually some really strong performances in this. It is very creepy, especially when everything starts happening. There's some very disturbing bits with, particularly if you're fond of animals. I won't get too far into it, but yeah, there's a lot of bits there. They keep a lot of the sex stuff kind of tamed down. There's a joke involving an erection at one point, and there's a joke involving, like I said, and of course there's a, there's a makeout scene, but there's an extreme makeout scene, let's just say that. And that's about it. And then, and then when we move back to 1994 to start wrapping this all up, that's again where I say this is way too drawn out. The ending is 48 minutes long. It's way too quick. I kind of wish they had maybe done something. They'd done something to just tighten up a little bit more. Even shaving just 15 minutes off, I think would have really, really helped, because that, like I said, the ending is not bad. The way basically they set up a trap at the mall to catch Sheriff Good, to basically turn the ghosts on him, and he eventually winds up getting his comeuppance. I won't get into exact details, but yeah. And when it does, the good luck streak ends in Sunnyvale, and everything starts, and suddenly things in Shadyside start looking a lot brighter and evening out. And there's another stinger at the end, which teases a possible sequel, but I don't know if we'll ever get around to that or not. Like I said, it's way too drawn out. There's a lot of, okay, we got to do this, and we got to show them doing this for 5 minutes, and we got to, again, it's like we're padding, like, oh, just shorten it, man. This thing's an hour and 54 minutes long. You could have shaved 20 minutes off of this. I think it would have worked just as well. It's just way too padded out for my taste. It's not a complete killer. Like I said, overall, this is fine. I think even the last two movies definitely help bring up the interest, in my opinion. I'm going to give Fear Street Part 3, 1666 a C. Overall, I think I will also give the whole thing a C. If you're looking for something fun to watch this Halloween, I think it's okay for that. I don't think it needs to be a yearly tradition necessarily, but if you need a one-off or something like that, this will definitely help your Halloween scary movie marathon. So, yeah, like I said, C for this, C for the whole thing overall. So, yeah, not bad, not terrible, but, it could have been greater.
Hey, little dude, send your mama and daddy out of the room. I gotta get you up on this. You know who I am. Snake, dealing in weed, coke, crack, your choice. Take one hit and you'll do anything to cop more. Steal from your mama, lie, cheat on your homeboys. But hey, that's the price you pay when you deal with dudes like me. Now, some folks will tell you that I'm dealing in poison. But hey, do I look like the kind of guy that would do that to a kid like you? Yes!
Okay, so obviously the next video is going to be the random trade review on Hercules Full Circle. That's ready to go, so that hopefully won't be too delayed, or that shouldn't be too delayed or anything, unless I, have a power outage or something. I don't know. After that, the next video is going to be the recap and review for Money in the Bank 2021. And then after that, the next video is going to be Mighty One Season 2, That will probably be up next Friday or Saturday. I'm not entirely sure. So either the 23rd or the 24th. And then a week after that will be Jungle Cruise. So see you all next time. Hey guys, remember, you can help support my channel at patreon.com/SleepyTimeForCat Productions, where you can help request a movie, even if it's something like, say, Sonic the Hedgehog or the next Purge film. I'll review it.